You know, the trends that we're realizing is that, again, as I mentioned earlier, the human lifespan is going beyond what we ever expected. And I think people are starting to realize that we are going to live a lot longer. So some of the trends that we're establishing is that even the image, the woman in America today is starting to really pay attention to the amount of muscle mass that she's building up. So that look of simply being, you know, sometimes the way we tend to have our fillers and have more of a rounder face and that physique. The physique is more of a healthier, building up muscle mass, not wanting to lose that. That is a trend of anti-aging that is starting to emerge. Women want to have that muscle mass. The number one biomarker of aging is sarcopenia, loss of muscle mass. Women are losing 0.6 pounds of muscle mass a year, whether we like it or not. This is what causes us to age. This is what ultimately leads us to have saggy skin. So maintaining that muscle mass becomes extremely important. And the trend is to do exercises, anything in the lifestyle, even with the creams, anything to preserve that muscle mass. Topically, the women are looking at ways to, they're gone beyond just a regular, you know, simple moisturizer. They want creams that effectively are going to help delay their aging process, which means they want topical antioxidants, they want great moisturizers. Hyaluronic acid is unbeatable right now. And collagen, wonderfully, if you can absorb it, that has been the problem until now. So they're looking for creams that, or topical agents that can give them those ingredients, but in a bioavailable form. A lot of the topicals simply are too large molecules, so even though they say the ingredient listing, right, they'll have it, you can't absorb it. So why even put it on?
Absolutely.
But looking for very effective skincare ingredients. So that's a trend. Women at the age of 30 are looking for products like that. They're not waiting until even 40 or 50. And so this is a huge trend. They're starting to realize that they're aging. We start aging at age 20, believe it or not. And in America, they're starting to realize that. So they're starting as early as 20, 25. I see most of my patients at 25. What can I do? Just tell me. I don't want to look like my grandma, or you know, when she was her age. Tell me what I need to do. I'm getting just women in just numerous amounts are coming in and asking me that question. So these are the trends. The concern is that we don't want to look, we don't want to physically look like 40 the way we used to look at 40, maybe 10, 15 years ago. We are 40 and 50, we want to be looking like we were when we were 30. And it's very possible. It is not impossible. And it's not something that the average person cannot touch right now. The average person can achieve this. This is very empowering to know that.
Out here in the UAE, we're exposed to Olay conditioning, as you know, especially in the summer. Do you have any advice for difference to the conditioning?
Yes.
In comparison to looking after your skin and anti-aging, how the air conditioning actually affects it?
Yeah. For when you have oily skin, you're lucky, right? It's much more, it's less prone to dehydration. But again, for the air conditioning, you have to have a good hydration, which is hyaluronic acid. Definitely, I would recommend a cream containing hyaluronic acid. But you know, a great pick-me-up is to have in a sort of a spray mist to do a toner that has some antioxidants in it. So like, I mean, I do like, I'll do like Olay Regenerist or a toner that just has some antioxidants in it. Mixed with the water is fabulous. So that's a great way. I keep it in my purse all the time. You just kind of spray. That avian mist, I think, is out. Again, because you're not putting any topical antioxidants on. But if you have there's toners that you can get that have some hyaluronic acid, a little bit of oil, a little bit of antioxidants. You just spray it on. It's great.
I have one more question.
Yes.
I just got a question. What are the 3 best ways of natural anti-aging? How much do you think physical exercise can help prevent the aging process? And with the new results into effectiveness of Botox, how safe will the procedure be?
Okay. You asked me 3 questions there. I thought you were going to ask me one.
The question is just for right now.
Okay. So the first one was, what are the 3?
What are the 3 best ways of natural anti-aging?
Okay, the three best ways of natural anti-aging is, again, simple. Diet, okay, exercise, and the third thing is sleep and your attitude. I have to put four things: sleep and attitude. If you do all of the three things, if you sleep and you do diet and you exercise and you don't maintain a positive lifestyle, and this is a whole, again, the trend in America too, as we're starting to see this, where I feel as spiritually and globally, we're on a state of ascension, where we're looking for, with all the stressors and everything, we're looking to kind of let go of all the negative energy. More and more we're realizing and feeling each other's energy patterns, and maintaining a positive attitude. And always, when something negative happens, rather than saying, why did it happen, rather than saying, wait a minute, I'm glad that this happened instead of something worse happening. That whole attitude has a lot to do with preventing the aging process. So those four things. The second part was...
The second part was, how much do you think facial exercise can
Yes.
help prevent anti-aging?
Facial exercise?
Yes.
Facial exercise is very important, absolutely. But it is more as a global exercise, because as you exercise, facial exercises are not going to only increase oxygenation in the skin. You need to really do a good cardio exercise regimen with muscle strengthening. That is, I would say that's even better than just doing facial exercises alone. You've got to do the exercise. It's extremely important. You just absolutely, absolutely have to do it. If you're going to ask me as well how I walk the talk, and I could not walk the talk without at least implementing a form of exercise, my exercise regimen. I have to be exercising. And it may not be every day, but at least you've got to include it 3 times a week. And the last?
The last one is, with the new results into effects on Botox, how safe do you
Yeah.
say the practice is?
Right now there's only Botox, but there's another one coming out with the Relaxin and all. I've got my hesitations on those products, so let's just stick with Botox. Before I started to recommend Botox and do Botox on my patients, I looked at this. I was very late into the game of entering it, because I was always afraid might be a systemic reaction. I feel very comfortable, again, with the amount of Botox that we give. You've got to have a natural look to it. You can't just give so many units per area to kind of get that frozen look. Nobody wants that. But if you use again, a moderation in the amount of Botox, and not too frequently, in my opinion, I think you get very strong muscles. They get stronger because you still continue to use those muscles, correct? Even though you paralyze them. You have to be careful. The treatment should not be so frequent. So again, treatments that are spread out and moderate use of the Botox is very safe. Anything else, in my opinion, is not.